see a lady that loves God with all her heart, you know, sometimes it doesn't cease to surprise me. And then with all the spirituality, here comes this brother that is not, you know that this guy is far from the cross. He's even far from, what's the name of that place where Jesus died? Golgotha. Far from it. And here comes the lady smiling and asking whether it's the will of God. The situation there is lack of values. If you have values, you already know, I can't be this selfish. Children are going to come from this union, and I'm going to submit to this man. I don't want a man that will make me bring forth children whose destinies will be destroyed. If you are honest and you are serious, you will think about your children, not just yourself. It's not all about my I love you, my comfort. You are thinking children will come from this. What if I start praying with my children and the man comes and says no prayer in this house? What happens to you? We now begin to blame God. Say values. What of friends? What is your standard for having friends in your life? There are married people who have bad friends, ungodly friends that keep causing trouble for their homes. Are we together? Values. Spiritual values. What is the parameter that qualifies a man to have access to your mind? Or do you just listen to everybody just because they are talking? What must be present in a preacher for you to listen? What of finance? Some of us don't have values at all. We lie anyhow and it doesn't matter. Me, I'm both old and new school. I've told you, depending on what is old and depending on what is new. There are things we call old school that is just, is very new, is latest school. Just because it's ancient does not mean it's outdated. Let's be careful when we define some of these parameters that continue to destroy our lives. Some of us love God, but when it comes to, let me bring money out. When it comes to money, look up please. Christians, look up. When it comes to money, you are praying in tongues. Someone just says, go and buy me polish. How much is polish? Let's say 200 naira. Just because you saw the money, God goes places because money has entered your hand. Just because the person does not ask you for change, you will come and drop the polish and go away with the change. You don't have values. How about this big man? What will he do with 50 naira? Is it your money? Is it your money, sir? You know, once in a while, the Bible said, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So once in a while, God just draws this thing out to just straighten our lives. Some of you think these things are silly. Are we together now? What is your value to regulate your social media, whatever? What is watchable and what is not watchable? Don't say I'm an adult. You have a mind. Right now we expose our little children to things they should not watch, and they ask us questions we cannot answer. Are we together? Values. I'm giving you an assignment tonight that when you go back, please spell out very clearly, what do I stand for and what do I not stand for, with respect to God and with respect to my destiny. Some of you have done well having values for your spiritual life, but you have not done well for your destiny. You don't have values that govern your destiny. In the name of Jesus, I will never be lazy. Whatever it will take, I will do well. Value. In 1 minute, I'd like you to cry to God and say, Lord, have mercy upon me and give me the grace to have values and boundaries in my life. Lift your voice and pray. Are you praying? It's a hard message, but it will bless you. Lift your voice. Lord, I have tolerated laziness in my life. Lord, I've tolerated carelessness in my life. Lord, I've tolerated all kinds of of things that should not be in my life. I've tolerated pride. Lord, I declare I want to go far in life. Please pray. You're not praying. Pray. Oh, apostle, but I'm all right. I'm holy. I don't sleep around. I don't drink. I don't smoke. What of the values of character? The values of empathy? Please pray. It's the reason why some of us have never risen. You have never seen a need to discipline yourself because of carelessness. You must be able to have a way to say, sit down. This is not right. This is good. I have to discipline myself. I spoke rudely. No, one of my values is honor. I lost my temper and I spoke rudely. I demand, even without supervision. Lord, I receive grace to supervise myself. I receive grace. I receive grace. Are you praying? I receive grace. Shalabakata bradakete baladaba. Jakate kata barakato sobariakata. Spiritual values, intellectual values, that I will never go to bed till I've added something to my mind, is a covenant that you make with yourself. It's a core value. No matter how sleepy you are, you wake up and you say, I must improve myself every day by self-supervision. You are a pastor. By Thursday or Friday, every message to preach must be ready, no matter what it is. Guiding principles. If I finish eating, I must wash the plate there and then. Every day I must sweep my house, whether it is clean or not. Guiding principles. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I would do is play worship and read my Bible before browsing, before watching a movie. Values. There must be boundaries in your life. I'm a music minister. If I wake up every morning, I must rehearse. No day will go without me rehearsing, because I'm going far. I want the nations to bless me. As a man of God, I must pray at least in tongues 1 hour every day, 2 hours, whether I like it or not. It has nothing to do with whether I'm strong or not strong. I may be sleeping, I will carry my mattress outside. That 1 hour I must cover it. I will put an alarm clock and pray. I must study 5 chapters every day, 1 chapter every day, come what may. I discipline myself. Please pray. Lord, help me to set values in my life. I'm tired of living my life anyhow, praying anyhow, visiting friends anyhow, watching anything anyhow. There has to be boundaries in my life that coordinate me for the purpose of greatness. It says, every man that strives for mastery is not crowned except he strives lawfully. You will never be great being careless. Hallelujah. Listen. There are people here, the last time they read a book was last year. The last time they read a book was last year. You buy all kinds of books and pile them and continue to lie to yourself and others that you have so many books. And then there's someone that reads 1 book per week. Look, let me tell you, please, God is not unjust. If you are not willing to do this thing right, it will not work. Are we together? There are many preachers that sees what God is doing in some of our lives and get angry. They don't know the sacrifice. These are my boys that work for me. Ask them. I don't think I have ever gone to bed. Not in the last, I don't know the last time. I cannot remember the last time I went to bed earlier than 12 midnight. Not for any reason. Even if I have a flight to catch in the morning. Please, let's not mock ourselves. They say uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. If you are not willing to pay the price, don't insult those getting the result, because God is just. He's rich unto all. Are we together? An average message, anybody that is serious, an average message takes hours to prepare. You don't want to know how many materials are consulted for just one simple message, as you call it. What of the prayer on it? Oh Lord, bless your people. Oh Lord, increase your people. A friend was trying to call me this morning. I told him I'm praying. I will call you when I finish. I finished around afternoon and I called him. He said, since that time? And I told him, I said, what do you think the anointing is? A charm? What do you think the anointing is? A charm? I considered getting a chef years ago, but I said getting a chef would be a waste of time. How many times do I eat in a day? I would just be giving free money to someone and cooking food and wasting it. But how many times do you eat in a day? 4 times in the morning, between morning and 12. Another 5 times. Someone has to really tell you the price of greatness so that you will see and know. And if it's too scary for you to get there, then respect the person who gets there. Because we have dishonor for success in this nation. We see people pay such huge price and we trivialize it as though they were just lucky. You are just lucky to be anointed. You are just lucky to have a crowd. You are just lucky. It's just that God just gave you intelligence. There is a price. Jesus was anointed with the Holy Ghost, but he still went about. He went about. It was the doing good that was the anointing. The going about was his strength. He went about. That's why many people have a lot of spare time, no values. They sit down morning till night gossiping, talking about politics. Then they move to men of God. Then they move to farmers. Then they move to what is happening in the north. Then they move to Boko Haram. It's 5, no food today. And that's how they spend their day. And before you know it, there are children around you asking you questions. Mommy, why are we like this? He says it's the will of God. No, sir, it's not the will of God. If you are a man of God here and your life is not on fire, there is an explanation. Don't you ever say it is the will of God. Find out the price it takes to be great. There is a price. You want to be stable in your spiritual life? The price is establishing foundational values. There are things I must do every day, no matter what happens. It doesn't matter whether we are fasting. It doesn't matter whether there is koinonia. It doesn't matter whether I'm traveling the whole day. If for any reason I miss it, I'll be lying to tell you I get it 100 over 100. But if I don't get it, I pay that price. I will pay that price. If I have a time for prayer and for any reason, I'm a night person because I like a lot of, it's been like that the way God trained me. Most of my prayer is in the night. You can live with me for 1 year and except God chooses to, you may never, maybe it's just the sound you may hear, but you may never really catch me. You will think I don't pray because I love the night. Everything that can distract has gone. I off the light and pray with all my heart. I don't pray and then I check phone and quickly say a message has come. That's not prayer. You are playing. You put your heart in this thing. Do you know the spirits that attack you when you are about to be great? Do you know the level of attack per day that comes upon a man of God? You don't want to know. It's more than just good preaching, my brothers and my sisters. Please, I want you to make up your mind. I don't want to dwell here. We'll move to other things. But make up your mind that you are going to have values. There are friends, you've heard me say it. Send them a text and say, my brother, I found out that every morning 6 o'clock you come and wake me and you sit down. I don't mean to offend you, but please don't be offended if I don't open the door for you again. There are people in the name of friends. Relationships are important, but there are friends that are not godly at all. 6 o'clock they have knocked your door. Some are even Christians. Bros, how you there now? You collected that movie, right? And you want to pray, but you are too... Many of you don't like feeling bad. Some of us who are already used to persecution, we have gotten the whole thing. But some of you want a good name, even at the expense of your spiritual life. I don't want anybody to say anything wrong about me. And someone comes to your house, you are praying, you stop the prayer, you close the Bible, and then you slot the movie, and the person is just, he's there till 1 o'clock, invites his friend the next day, and then the third friend they invite is a smoker who does not respect you or your values. You come into a house, you are seeing the picture of a dove, you are seeing the picture of Jesus, you are seeing the picture of a poster, it shall be well, and you still sit down with cigarette shamelessly, but you are afraid. If I drive this one now, may God give you courage to send them out quickly. Don't let anybody call you at the fruitful part of your day. Just call you, where are you? I'm in the office. What are you doing? I just thought about you. Oh, God bless you, thank you, I'll call you later. No, I want to talk now. There's G's day. That's why we never become great. We don't know that this thing keeps adding. God is a just God. You don't sit down and cross your legs around and then you want God to keep sending you nations. No. I returned back yesterday by evening. As soon as I returned, removed my clothes, I didn't even rest. I got straight to work. I don't know what time I slept this morning. I woke up later. I slept maybe around, it shouldn't be earlier than 4:30. And by 10 I was awake till now. My eyes touching the bed to sleep again, maybe at least 3 o'clock in the morning. Yet I have a ministration in Zamfara. Do you love your destiny that much, or are you just singing songs about it? Behind everything that works is someone making it work. Did you hear what I said? Behind everything that works is someone making it work. It doesn't mean I don't joke. It doesn't mean I'm an antisocial person. But there are people who at the level you are in life, you don't have the luxury for play. I can decide to take a whole day off to relax. I think I've worked enough to merit it. But somebody that is just starting in life, say Apostle is resting, you too, you are resting. We only rest on the 7th day. And on the 7th day, God rested. You are resting on day 1. It's an error. He said, I must walk the works of him that sent me while it is day. For the night cometh, when no man will walk again. Please sit down. God bless you. Thank you, promise.